Hello, so this is Steve, and I just bought this John Deere L110. Had a blown motor in it, and I put a Kohler 20 horse in it. It's my daughter's tractor. She loves bombing around through the woods on this thing. Put a new seat on it and everything, and I'm going to use this for snow blowing. I have a snow blower that'll attach to the front of it. But I know from past experience with my other tractor that I have a problem getting up the hill. So I need more traction. So just having regular tires like that isn't going to cut the mustard. Even when I put chains on it, which has helped a lot for sure, the chains would just slip over the pavement. So what I'm going to do is add some weight. So chains is necessary to get up, and that's kind of standard, comes with a snowblower. But I'm going to add a couple suitcase weights, and also I'm going to fill the tires with fluid. Now I'm just going to use regular windshield washer fluid. I'm going to make sure it doesn't freeze, so you don't want to get the 32 degrees. This stuff's supposed to be good for -20. I figure it's, they spray it on the outside of their windshield, just goes in the environment anyway, so it's probably not going to hurt anything. Plus, it's going to be inside the tire. It's not going to leak necessarily. But that's what I'm going to use here. You can use other stuff. Like farmers, I was raised on a farm. My dad would use chloride in the tires, and that's kind of standard. The farm tractors usually get a lot more traction that way, especially the two-wheel drive versions, even the four-wheel drives. But filling your tires with liquid adds a lot of weight because this is 8.3 something pounds per gallon for water. So if I put 5 gallons in each tire, that's 10 gallons. That's 80 pounds of weight, or 83 pounds of weight. That's a lot. Each one of these suitcase weights, I'm not sure what they're weighted for, but they feel like around 50 pounds. They're pretty heavy. so we'll have a lot of weight on that axle. And also the liquid tire, putting liquid in the tire, puts the weight right on the ground. So it's not sprung weight per se. The tractor suitcase weights are good too, but that hangs on the frame. So that's actually suspended weight. And the fluid in the tire is much more effective. Anyways, so this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. Alright, so tools that we're going to need. I got this fluid thing from Harbor Freight. Costs less than 10 bucks. You can pump oil with it, water with it, whatever. I'm going to use this to transfer the fluid from the bottle inside the tire. I got a valve tool for getting the Schrader valve out. So you just put that in there. It's a lot of valve caps, or some of them do, will have the Schrader tool on it as well. Wearing gloves just because it's easier to wash my hands. Nothing working with today is that corrosive. If I was working on a car, changing oil or something like that, then you get into dealing with synthetic oils especially. That's not so good. I wouldn't have to actually take the tire off, but I want to get at this to make it easier to put the weights on anyways. So I'm going to slide this off. That's pretty easy. There's a rubber cap here. I already took that off. And then you pop the clip off. Pop the clip off. I'm doing this without wearing my glasses, so I'm kind of doing it by barrel. And then this should slide right off, and it does. And I'm going to put a little lubrication back on that axle before I throw it together, so next time it will come off much easier. But there we go. There's the tire. Now I'm going to take a gallon of, and this is only cost like $1.80 or something at Walmart, so it's pretty cheap stuff. I'm not spending a ton of money to do this either. Let's see, which is the Gazinta and which is the Gazata. So yeah, this actually comes with a little adapter that fits right over the valve stem. You just put that right on there. And I don't want to fill this all the way up. Like if I have this up like this and I pull this off, after every time I put a gallon in, I'll have to pull this off and let the air drain out. If I pull that and water starts coming out, that's full enough. So that way I'll have like a quarter of the tire that I can put air into. If I fill it all the way up like this, that's probably not enough air. Because you want the air pressure to be right, pushing against the fluid, which doesn't compress. So that way you get the proper amount of traction in the tire. You don't want to fill it all the way up with liquid. But anyways, put the adapter on there, like that. Screw it down a little bit. Put this in the gallon. And assuming, yep, you see the fluid levels going down there, and I can hear it going in the tire. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm not going to bore you putting 5 gallons in this tire, 5 in the other. But that is if we're going to fill it up. Like I said, normally I wouldn't take the tire off, except for where I want to get it the ability to put the weights on. Okay, so like I said, when you're filling the tires up, after you put a gallon in, then take off the hose to let the air out. Then you can go ahead and put another gallon in. Alright, so we got 5 gallons in, and like I said, you don't want to overfill it. Holy smokes, this thing's heavy. But you can see if I tilt it up, a little bit of water does come out, so you know that it's filled up to about here when it's upright. About, you don't want to fill it all the way up with air or with water. Anyways, now we go ahead and put it on. Another note here is when you're putting on the axle, it does have a keyway here, so make sure the keyway is in place where it won't actually turn the tire. It'll just spin on the axle and the rim. You don't want that, so make sure the keyway is in place. And I'm going to put a little bit of lube on this just to make sure it doesn't corrode. And also I'm going to put my weight up in here before I put the tire on. That'll make it a little easier. So I'm going to put the Schrader valve back in. You can see here the Schrader valve has a little thing that sticks up on the top. This is not really focused, but that's what opens the valve when you put air in it. So that little thing that sticks up, you want that at the top, and the other side gets inserted down in, and then see it has little notches there that grab onto the valve itself. Fits over that little, I don't know what that's called, thing that sticks up. And you don't want to tighten it down too tight, because there's a rubber valve at the bottom that actually makes the seal. It's not but snug it up just a little bit, real lightly snug. And here's a picture of the Suitcase weight that I just put on there. It's resting on the back axle, so that's carrying the weight, and I just put 1 bolt in the top. The gas tank was right behind that, so I had to be careful not to drill into the gas tank. I had like an inch clearance. That's what I drilled through there, but yeah, fit pretty good. I can't do that on the other side because I have the shifting mechanism, or not the shifting mechanism, but the raise and lower mechanism for the mower is on the left side. So I'll have to figure something else out for the other weight. So I have both the tires filled up, and this one here, the left tire, it's, you can feel it has some air in it, or some water in it, and it's pretty heavy, so we're looking at 40 or 50 pounds in each tire now, plus the weight of the tire and the rim. Then I got 2 of the Suitcase weights mounted on the back, and those are another 40-50 pounds. I got one tucked behind the right tire, and this one is mounted on the back. I had some mechanisms back here for the raising and lower of the mower, so I couldn't put that right over the axle. but it's generally on the left side and out of the way. I can still attach the bagger assembly if I choose to mow the grass with this tractor. So that's cool. But the main thing here I want to show you is, this thing here, it's heavy. It's like 40, 50 pounds. It's crazy heavy. And all that weight's right on the ground. It doesn't have to be carried along by the tractor so much. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit more energy to spin the tire, but it's going to be a lot more effective. And I also noticed just mowing the grass, if I get on a hill or something like this thing, or pulling a trailer, I pull a trailer with this thing, it doesn't spin the tires nearly as easily, even without chains, just during the summer. So all this weight is going to be put to good use. And now I will be able to make it up the hill while I'm plowing snow, pushing the snow up. Anyways, that about finishes this one up, I guess. And that's how you put this back in. I don't think there's much else to say. You can see the keyway there. I already mentioned that. Make sure you line it up, and then just put the clip back on, and then that way it holds the tire in. And that's about it. Talk to you later. Bye.